Have you ever wanted to do something and just never got around to it? The experts say that you should tell somebody about it so that you can stay motivated. In this video, I'm going to share with you my announcement to do the 2024 Appalachian Trail. I'm going to be part of the class of 2024 on the Appalachian Trail. There's my announcement. However, I will provide some background. I will also let you know about some of the goals that I have while I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail. Without further ado, I am Dave. I am an aspiring Appalachian Trail Thru-Hiker. I have been preparing for this trip for about 300 days. So a little bit of background. For a long time, I have wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail. I've wanted to do something big such as this, but I just never got around to it. It was always the wrong time. The kids were getting raised or we were raising children, and by the time I really got to be able to think about doing an Appalachian Trail Thru-Hike, I was 40 to 50 pounds overweight. No, 40 to 50 pounds heavier than I am now, and right now I'm probably still 40 pounds heavier than I was when I got married. So I look at this as, okay, I am heading in the right direction, but now is the time to head off and do the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to be turning 58 on the day that I step onto the Amicalola Falls Approach Trail in March, and I will actually be starting the Appalachian Trail on March 6th, which is Benton Mackay's birthday, who is the guy who initially thought of the Appalachian Trail. So I think it's pretty appropriate to be checking off both of those boxes. And with that, I am very excited to share with you my intent. Stay tuned to the end where I share my ultimate goal for hiking the Appalachian Trail, which coincides with my ultimate goal for having this YouTube channel in the first place, so stick to the end. As I mentioned, I will turn 58 on the day I start the Appalachian Trail, the approach trail actually. I will head northbound starting at Amicalola in Georgia. I have a friend who is going to be picking me up at the airport in Georgia, in Atlanta, and I'm going to spend a few days with he and his wife and hopefully get to see his daughter and her husband and her children. That'll be really fun. So I will follow a carnivore diet, or as close to carnivore, which includes all animal products and lots of fat, lots of protein, with that being said. And this has been very eye-opening, the carnivore diet. If you have seen any of my other videos, I share quite a bit about that diet and how I'm using that and how I feel it's been really helpful in my endurance, which is kind of contrary to how I would normally think it would be. Anyhow, I'm also using as lightweight gear as I can afford, which includes a series of items here, which I will include links in the description below. But my big four, I'll call it my big 4+, which is my tent, backpack, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, and pillow, right now weighs 5.97 pounds. I don't have the backpack yet. I'm still working on getting that, but I'm trying to get all the small items so that when I get my backpack, it's going to be a Durst and Kakwa 40 or 55, most likely the 55 liter. So I will be getting that soon, but I am going to go as lightweight as I can. Most likely there are going to be some items that I carry that are normally a little heavier than what somebody that's going like uber ultralight is carrying. My goal is to complete the trail in 5 months, but I'm allowing 6 months. And honestly, I have as long as the money lasts to be out on the trail, because I will be leaving my current job And then when I get back, I may end up being per diem for them to make some money, but I'm also looking to travel with my wife when I get back. I will follow signals from my body. So when I say I'm following the carnivore diet and I'm 58 years old and I want to hike, and finish this in 5 to 6 months, then I'm definitely going to follow what my body's needs are while I'm out on the trail. I'm going to hopefully not be stupid or do stupid things because of that ultimate goal of getting, finished so quickly. But part of that is I'm not going to try to stay in towns for too long. I'll get what I need and I'll get back out onto the trail and most likely sleep on the trail. I will stay in some hostels. I'll stay in towns, but hopefully not take too many 0 days. But again, I'm going to listen to my body and not be stupid. And I will be flexible in all of my travels because I have to come back in June for my son's graduation. So depending on where I am, I'm going to come off trail, probably be off trail for a week, and then get back on trail after my son's graduation. I live in New Hampshire, so the further I get up north, the shorter that trip is to get me off trail and then back onto trail. The other thing is I will be joining my wife somewhere along the trail. She's going to come down to Virginia. So I want to try to get as many lower mileage days instead of zeros when I'm hiking. But my ultimate goal with the Appalachian Trail Thru-Hike is to inspire others to get out there and get back to doing what you love to do. Many of us have bucket lists that have not been utilized properly. We have to dust them off. We have to get out and go on our adventures, and hopefully what I do on the Appalachian Trail inspires somebody to do something else. Maybe it's the Appalachian Trail. Maybe it's just being able to get out and do a hike. For example, about 6 years ago, I was dropping my son off at a friend's house, and I told him I'm going to go for a hike. At that time, I weighed 243 pounds, and I told him where I wanted to go, and he said, no, don't go there, go up here. And I was like, well, I don't know where up there is. And so he decided, why don't I go with you? And the serendipitous part of that is I continue to hike with my friend all the time. And we've been doing this for 6 years, and we've done hundreds of hikes together. So you never know where your adventure is going to lead you once you get outside and start to dust off your bucket list. So if you want to follow along as I prepare and set off in March, please subscribe, share this to others who you might think will benefit from my story. And as always, happy hiking.